Hello guys, it's Michael here from Mixing Mango and welcome to this video. So I was going to do a video yesterday, keep up with the every 2 day thing, or try to at least, but then I thought now I'll just save it until this morning. So I am filming this before I go up to York to go to my sister's graduation, so I won't make it this too long. But yeah, it is going to be about the recent update, which is Legacy Mode launch. I'm going to try and get some better videos out when I get back. I know when Josh gets back, he's going to be doing a lot of boss comparisons between Legacy and EOC, but my laptop is still a bit crap, so I can't really film bossing. And obviously with the release of Legacy and the EOC improvements, I'm not really going to be doing too much bossing. I can't even solo next anymore. I can't solo any of the God Wars dungeon bosses. It's annoying, but I'll still probably be doing some Rots, Virago, maybe some next teams. I'll see, and obviously the new solo boss when it comes out, Araxor, definitely going to be doing that. But until then, I'm going to be mainly skilling, so the rest of my videos are going to be more like kind of skilling and update orientated, and I'll try and make them a bit more interesting, I guess, in the future. So yesterday, Legacy Mode finally came into the game. Well, not finally. Honestly, I think it's a bit rushed, personally anyway, and I think generally the EOC global combat beta, whatever combat improvements, whatever you want to call it, has been rushed as well. So they've changed their health points back to 990 even on EOC. Which is cool, and they've made 990 your base LP, even if no matter what armor you're wearing. So if you're 99 HP and you'll have 990 health points in EOC. Oh no, wait, is it 990? I don't even know. Let me check. Yeah, it is 9,900. Okay. I really didn't even know how much HP we got. Anyway, so it's 9,900 in the EOC now. So that's pretty cool. You've always got this base LP. However, some obviously you still get bonus. Like you can still be pushed over 9,900 by some armors. At the moment, level 90 gear doesn't have a life points bonus, which is kind of stupid. Obviously, like what they were saying was they wanted 85. Armor to be kind of more useful than 90 armor in tanking, so that's where you get more life points. However, Nex armor has life points, I believe, so it's kind of like, why give one power armor life points and kind of push it further and make it even better than 90 armor, then make another 90 make the 90 armor, which is meant to be harder to get and should be more expensive, not have a life points bonus. It's kind of stupid, but we'll see how they change it, because they definitely said in the forums they're going to be changing that, so we'll see how that pans out. And also the fact is, apparently, I know a lot of my clan members that do a lot of bossing, they've been telling me that Void is really good in the EOC, because obviously it's not like, because before you had like 5k life points, because it had a really bad life bonus because it was just level 40 armor, and obviously it's still got bad defense, but the fact is you've got this base LP and things haven't really been buffed that much apart from God Wars dungeon bosses and Nex, I guess, to a certain extent. So actually you can tank now really well in Void, and you don't need that much in Void, although you do get like kind of wrecked when it does happen. Like I don't think you could use it like bomb tanking Virago or base tanking or something like that, but that is really cool. Void is actually becoming useful, and I'm actually going to have to go get myself some Elite Void, because when Josh was getting his, I said, I really cannot be bothered. I was just doing some skilling or something like that, so I probably should have got it then, but I'll get it soon. It really does not take that long to get it, so yeah. So firstly they introduced, so I'll get on to the more important stuff. I'm not going to talk a lot about Legacy, I'm just going to talk about the global combat improvements. I talked about these a bit before, but I'm going to talk about it in detail, and then I'll go through some of the new abilities, which you can see here in the ability book. See, there's a new mage one, there's a new range one, and there's 2 new melee ones. They're not really like interesting ones, to be honest, but I'm just going to talk about some of the most important ability changes as well. So firstly, they brought in 138 combat. So the combat formula has been reinstated. So this is what it was before EOC, and this is really cool because 200 combat means absolutely nothing, and the fact is they brought it in where it's a bit more balanced, and it actually matters what like different 99s in combat you have, rather than not having like 99 defense and 99 magic and you have max combat. So they also brought back special attack, strength bonuses, and some really dodgy hit splats. I hate the new hit splats. they're huge and they just like look really weird. I preferred the old kind of the red one if you hit and it says a number, or a blue one if you didn't hit and like with a little shield. That was kind of nice. I do not like the new hit splats. They're too large. They're just weird. So there's also been the ability damage has been fine tuned. So this is the ability rework. More life points come from stats than from armor and combat triangle. That's pretty cool, you know. Actually means training stats is important now and having 99s, although it seems everyone has 99s nowadays. The loadout interface has been updated to give clearer info for offensive and defensive stats. Let's face it, who really looks at defensive and offensive stats in the loadout interface? And some bosses, such as the God Wars Dungeon Generals, have had their difficulty slightly increased. So, oh yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about, the legacy only worlds, which is, you know, I said before I didn't want Jagex to cater only for legacy and make it all about legacy. Like, EOC should be the main game. The fact is, either revert EOC or just keep it as the main game. They shouldn't be trying to cater for these people to start playing legacy, because in all honesty, yeah, legacy probably is popular, but let's face it, most people in 07, they aren't going to start playing. They aren't going to start playing Legacy, because come on, why would you start playing Legacy if you've made so much progress on 07? It's just kind of pointless. And then people who have quit and just gone away, how would they ever find out about RuneScape unless like a friend of theirs told them about it or something like that? They're not going to really know about Legacy or really kind of want to play it again, because they've probably moved on. They've probably moved past it. They don't want to get addicted again. So the fact is, I don't think Legacy is really that much of a major update in my mind, so I think it's kind of pointless that they're kind of catering all this work towards it. I reckon it might be dead within a month, their content. So, but you know, I have been wrong before, so who knows. So yeah, and also the God Wars Dungeon Generals have had their difficulty slightly increased, is a understatement. Obviously you saw Josh in a previous video get completely KO'd by Bandos. Yeah, you've got to pray melee prayer at Bandos. I'm not sure about Zamrak or Zadamin, haven't really seen much of those. But also you've got to pray range at Armadillo. You get absolutely wrecked there apparently, which is kind of cool, you know. Like before, I could go to Zardamin with full War Priest and dual Ascensions. Like, dual Ascensions is not even their weakness, for God's sake. Like, range isn't even Zardamin's weakness. I could go there with full Zardamin and range and War Priest, for God's sake. So level 75 armor, and I would use pretty much no food. I could just use a uni and I'd stay there for like 2 to 3 hours easily. If I had a yak, I could stay a lot longer. The fact is, it's a lot harder now. You're actually going to eat food, which is kind of cool, because obviously eating food is probably one of the big part of the game. Like, you know, it shouldn't be that easy. So anyway, so we'll go on to the ability reworks. I'll try and make this a bit quick, because my my big chin starts in 2 minutes and I need to get me a level. So yeah, so firstly there is the new forceful backhand ability, stomp ability, tight bindings and deep impact, which are basically just threshold versions of the original impact and etc. They basically just deal double the damage, which is pretty cool for a threshold. Apparently they are quite useful. Not sure how useful they are, but it is quite cool to give a new threshold, you know. It just means you have more variety to pick from. But you know, when you're doing your cycle of abilities, let's say in a Death Swiftness or something, you probably don't even have enough time to use stuff like deep impacts, and so I'm not sure how useful they are. But you know, obviously the fact is, these stuns, they don't actually work on normal bosses anymore. They just do a bind or something like that now. It just interrupts their attacks for 3 seconds. It doesn't deal any damage. It only deals damage on non-stunned, stun immune bosses. So basically all God Wars Dungeon bosses, Viraga, etc. So they're still kind of good, but apparently they've kind of toned them down a lot. So the next thing was obviously the big concentrated blast nerf, which is what crashed seismics. You know, it's been nerfed a lot, but Mage's still generally the best style apparently. Range is pretty good also, and melee is probably the strongest now, but like melee is just not that important at bosses, and I'm not really a fan of melee myself. I've got range set up, but you know, it's kind of a shame. Also, they've made a cooldown on P-Nex. It's like 10-15 seconds or something like that, which is kind of stupid. It means you can't camp P-Nex and some things. They also wanted to bring in a food where you eat. When you eat a food, it kind of it produces a global cooldown, which basically cools down like all of your abilities 5 seconds, so you can't use abilities, which is kind of stupid. You know, you already have the adrenaline losing thing. I know it's for PvP, but it's like kind of fucks up PvM, to be honest with you, and it's really annoying. It's kind of like they're catering towards solely PvP, and you know, I don't really want that to happen. So yeah, guys, my big chin chomp is about to start. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is slightly of a rambling one. You know, I've probably talked about this stuff before. I'll try and make the content slightly better in the future, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.